I'm Mayor Chris Ballwage, and welcome to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Wednesday, June 12th at 4:30 in the afternoon, I'm going to host a pizza party in my office for this year's Spelling Bee winners. This contest happened a little more than a month ago, and for more information, please call the Office on Youth at 908-820-4032. And on Friday, June 14th, I'm going to attend Fun Day at the Leaguers. This event runs from 8:30 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's in front of the school located 1189 East Broad Street for all of the young preschoolers. And following that event around 9:30, I'm going to attend the celebration of the first graduating class of the Simon Youth Academy at the Mills at Jersey Gardens. This is in cooperation with the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders, the Union County Vocational Technical School, and later that morning at 11 o'clock, the seniors from Elizabeth, they'll be getting together for a Father's Day celebration held at the O'Donnell Dempsey Towers located on Salem Avenue. And that evening, I'm going to join Councilman Carlos Torres, members of the Puerto Rican community and the Puerto Rican Alliance, other Elizabeth residents, and we're going to raise the Puerto Rican flag outside of City Hall, and we're also going to talk about that on tonight's show. On Saturday, June 15th, 4th Ward Councilman Carlos Cedeno and members of the 4th Ward Play Street celebration. This is a family-friendly event. It's going to be held at 501 Union Avenue in front of the John Dwyer Academy, the Annex building. It's recommended for ages 6 through 14. It's going to include a morning of games, raffles, giveaways, and much more. It's sponsored by myself, the City of Elizabeth, Councilman Cedeno, and Shaping Elizabeth. So if you want more information concerning these events or any Play Street events, please call our Public Information Office at 820-4124 or 908-820-4051. And later that day, I'm going to have the honor of presenting an Eagle Scout Award, Scouting's highest rank, to 4 members of Boy Scout Troop 23. The achievement of Eagle Scout is an accomplishment realized by only 4% of the boys who join Scouting. This presentation will take place during a service at St. Genevieve's Church, located at 20 Monmouth Road at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And on Sunday, June 16th, I'm going to attend the Juneteenth Celebration Parade. It will begin at City Hall, and it's going to conclude at the Elizabeth Waterfront on Front Street. And on Monday, June 17th, we're going to welcome back the Motor Vehicle Commission mobile unit. Residents can use this mobile unit to renew or obtain duplicate driver's license, obtain a non-driver ID, renew their vehicle registration, or even obtain a person with a disability, Purple Heart, or disabled veteran parking placard. It will be located outside the O'Donnell Dempsey Senior Center on Salem Avenue from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. And on Tuesday, June 18th at 8:30 in the morning, I'm going to attend the LEAD graduation ceremony, Law Enforcement Against Drugs. This will be held at the Dunn Sports Center, located at 600 Pearl Street. And right after that ceremony, I'm going to join Governor Jim McGreevey in recognition of the city's service and support of the New Jersey Reentry Program. And this is going to be held at Cristo de Llama Church, located at 205 East Jersey Street. So if you need more information concerning these events or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm pleased to be joined by members of the Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth. Mr. Carlos Llama. I almost said it in a Puerto Rican way, right?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Carlos Alma. I almost made the A silent. Former councilman and active, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Yalitza Torres. Thank you, Yalitza, for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
And Ms. Samantha Carpio. Thank you, Samantha, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you're all members of the Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth.
Yes.
So first, tell me some background, Carlos. You've been around Elizabeth, geez, a long time.
Well, when I was a councilman, I used to raise the Puerto Rican flag. Then when I was no longer the councilman, there was a lull, that there was no longer the flag raising. When Councilman Torres became the councilman of the 1st Ward, he wanted to bring back that the flag raising and to bring back the folkloric and cultural aspect of the Puerto Rican community, because it's one of the largest Latino communities here in the city of Elizabeth. So he wanted to, we started with the flag raising about 4 years ago in 2015. And from then on, we had different activities besides the flag raising. We've had a festival down the port at one time. And then last year was the first time we had the parade. And that parade started at in front of Union Square and came towards the City Hall. And after that, there was a festival down at the Mirabella. Behind the Mirabella, there's the
Miller Evans Logan.
Yeah, Miller Logan. There's a field there, a football field, and behind that there's an empty space. And with the help of the city and the county, we were able to put a nice festival together, and the people really enjoy it. So we want to continue that. This is something that the community always look forward to. And we had a great response last year, and hopefully we'll have, again, more of the same response and hopefully a larger turnout this year.
So, Ms. Torres, you've been active with the Puerto Rican Alliance, and you also work in our system. What do you do?
I am a school principal, Jerome Dunn Academy, school number 9. I'm also an alumni of the Elizabeth Public School System. So I am actually a class of...
So you're an Elizabeth girl, born and
That's
bred?
right. Yes, class of 1994.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you're dating yourself.
That's okay, Class of 94, you actually, I had the honor of meeting you when I was the homecoming queen.
Oh.
So, you're part of my yearbook. So that's
I have to see that
amazing.
picture someday.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely bring it
Oh, I'd
in.
love to see that again.
So, so here I am, part of the Puerto Rican Alliance.
Good. And Samantha, tell us about yourself. It's the first time you're in a show.
So yes, this is I just started with the Puerto Rican Alliance several months ago, and we kind of hit the ground running. Really excited to be part of the organization. My kids have kind of grown a second family with being part of the organization. I've lived in Elizabeth the past 15 years, and I work as the COC coordinator for the homeless unit for the County of Union.
That keeps you busy.
It does.
Especially in the winter, right?
Between the both, we definitely oversee or the grant work for a lot of the nonprofit organizations throughout the county. So I'm very busy. Pray keeps me even busier. But if anyone knows me, I don't like to.
So,
sit.
Samantha, you're the first one to use the acronym PRAY.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, PRAY.
It is. It is. It's obviously the Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth, and the kids that are involved are known as Pray Kids. So we kind of signatured that term.
So Yalitza, the purpose of the alliance. You going to deal with this, or does Carlos?
We can actually go
Yes,
back and forth.
back and
So the
forth.
purpose of the alliance, Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth, is to just draw an alliance, an awareness to the culture, our culture here in Elizabeth, and just reach out to the Latino population and ensure that there's an awareness in terms of Puerto Ricans, Latino communities within Elizabeth, and to kind of give back. We are affiliated with different organizations here in Elizabeth and also in Puerto Rico. And I know I'd like to, pass the baton to Carlos.
Yes, well, one of the emphasis that we wanted to do with the Puerto Rican Alliance is, of course, to bring back the cultural and the folkloric aspect of our culture. And within the Puerto Rican community, there are a lot of them that are intermarried with other Latino groups and also non-Latino groups. And they would like to know a little bit of background of what Puerto Rican is all about. So what we want in the future is eventually to have a class for all to learn about the history of Puerto Rico, the background of where the Puerto Ricans came from, besides the Native Americans that were there, the Taino Indians, the Spanish that came over, the Africans that were brought there as slaves, and how that culture made what Puerto Rico is right now. Then the relationship when Spain was no longer in Puerto Rico and the American came over and became on the island, and now the different relationship between the United States and Puerto Rico, and how does that work, and how do we are the only Latino in the whole group of Latinos that are American citizens as for birth, and that happened in 1917 when the U.S. Congress gave Puerto Ricans the citizenship. So it is a unique relationship between the United States and Puerto Rico, and the Puerto Ricans know that, and this is why it's of all the Latinos, it is a different mixture of history and culture and different mixes that make the Puerto Ricans.
So how did the alliance get started?
Well, Carlos Torres came to me and asked me, when was the last time we raised a Puerto Rican flag? And we told him, and then he says, well, I think we should bring it back. So he had a group of individuals, and some of them, you know the names, Jessica Martinez, Lily Caparuba, and Ruth Alma, with Estrada, and all of them we all got together and decided, well, what can we do to bring this back to Elizabeth? And so we formulated the first flag raising with your help, and we got the Puerto Rican flag raised again here in City Hall. After that, we had the Puerto Rican pageant with the young princesses of the Puerto Rican princesses. That made a lot of difference because a lot of the families in Elizabeth and surrounding areas decided to do that. Now, the girls that represent the princesses, they don't have to be 100% Puerto Rican, but there's some Puerto Rican background with them, and they all enjoy representing a town in Puerto Rico.
So we're talking about the princess. Let's Samantha, are you involved with the young girls in this princess competition?
So actually it's led by Lillian Duran, who is in charge. She's the beauty of Puerto Rico. So the goal here
She
was,
should be here to hear that.
you know what?
No,
she
she
likes
will.
to be behind the scenes.
Yes.
But I definitely told her that I will shine a light on the beauties of Puerto Rico. So the beauty in Puerto Rico, the initiative was to ensure that we had 78 beauties, okay, to represent all the barrios in Puerto Rico. And we accomplished that last year. And the reason why it was so amazing and spectacular was because not only was it impactful in terms of the pageant, it also shed light on our culture. So we were able to include different folk dances, like the plena, la bomba,
Right.
salsa. And in addition to the individual dances, we incorporated skits and theater. So we wanted everyone to feel like they were in Puerto Rico, to actually evolve in our culture and all the multifacets of Puerto Rico.
So as Latino groups go in the city, the Puerto Rican heritage is the largest Latino group in the
Yes,
city.
we are the largest based on,
Numbers.
Census.
numbers,
Census numbers.
and census and caucus
So-
and everything else.
Are you involved in the pageant at all, Samantha?
Well, yes, on a different aspect, I oversaw the boys who were the escorts for the pageant. In addition to that, I was also a mom of a princess who I saw completely come out of her shell, meet new friends.
How old is your princess?
She's 12, yes, and she was representing Arecibo this year. And she really turned into something I had never seen. She was more involved, wants to be involved with the community, looks forward to seeing her friends and her fellow princesses, is having her birthday coming up and wants to invite all the kids. So that's 78 girls. I don't know about that, but so she has.
You need a big venue.
I'm gonna need a bigger place. But she has definitely come out of her shell, and we've seen a lot of the girls who had, whatever insecurities or shy or didn't know how to dance, and now have, gained that from being a part of the beauties of Puerto Rico. So I, as a mom, have looked forward to doing this every year until she tells me no.
I heard the place is packed. I couldn't get there
We
because I had a
fell
wedding. But I
out.
heard the place.
Yeah.
We had about 650 tickets
Yeah,
sold.
a member of the Board of Education was married on the same day.
Yeah. Oh, that's right,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yes.
So I was at the wedding and I couldn't get there at all. It was the exact same timing.
Yes.
Or I would have tried to get there even for a little bit, but I heard it was well
Packed
attended.
house.
It
Yeah.
was second year in a row, so we were really excited about that.
So we'll do a couple commercials and talk more about the Puerto Rican culture and the Puerto Rican Alliance in our city.
Sounds good.
So after these messages, please stay with us where we'll talk more about the Puerto Rican folklore and Puerto Rican culture by the Puerto Rican Alliance here in the city of Elizabeth.
minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here.
Welcome back to our city. And one of the things we were talking about during the break was the flag raising. This is your fifth one in a row after the break?
I believe that we're just going to the fourth or the fifth one
Yes.
this year. I believe it is the fifth one.
And the Puerto Rican flag raising, if you have good weather, is usually well attended.
Oh, it is well attended, and last year we had a great amount of people outside, and they had a wonderful time because they get to hear the music. We have the young ladies singing both the American and the Puerto Rican anthems. We have they have dancing, and they have different activities.
Is the same
for
stuff
everyone to
planned
do.
for this year?
Yes, we do. And so we plan to do the similar. Maybe we'll add some things and take out some things that work, we'll keep, what doesn't work, we'll take out.
So is there a reception afterwards?
There is a reception afterwards, right after the flag raising and after the ceremony. We will be at Dolce's. So we'll be around the corner. Everybody's invited. Come and enjoy with us our folkloric and cultural activity, and become a Puerto Rican for a day.
There you go. Like Irish for a day. Yeah, Puerto Rican for a day. So, Yalitza,
Yes.
you have other celebrations and festivities going on in June.
Yes.
Tell us about some of those.
So after the flag raising on June 15th, we have our second annual Puerto Rican Gala that will be held at the castle in Roosevelt Park. So this year, last year I took the lead, and this year I passed the baton to Samantha,
Samantha.
who's in charge of the gala.
So you're in charge of the gala.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I am in collab, with Sandra Torres. I am overseeing the gala committee. So the gala is, as Yalitza said, June 15th, 7 p.m., the castle in Roosevelt Park. And we have several different surprises, and tickets are still available if those who want to purchase, but we're looking forward to an amazing event.
Are there sponsors for the event at the?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we have several sponsors. The barcode, lobby, the list goes on and on. We have quite a bit of sponsors, not only for the gala, but for our parade and festival in July.
So when we raise the flags of other countries, we're usually celebrating their independence. So since Puerto Rico is a property, a commonwealth of the United States, what is the reason for your celebrations in June?
For us, it
I'm
means,
thinking good weather, but no. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
no, it's always
In
good
addition.
weather. In addition, it's just to spread, awareness and our culture, and to just bring back, just like she mentioned about her daughter. Some of our kids don't know because they're here. They think, oh, I'm an American. Well, what about what's happening in Puerto Rico? What about your ancestry? What do you know about them? How did you come about? Why do you have curly hair? Why do you have straight hair? Why are you light? Why are you dark? Why does that happen? And it just brings our community closer together.
So similar to what Carlos said before about the native Indians over there.
Exactly, and the
And then
Spaniards and the Tainos.
And then the Africans who came as slaves,
Exactly.
and the mixture through the hundreds of years.
Right.
Exactly. It's an awareness.
Right, and we do it around June because June 24th is the day we celebrate the patron saint of Puerto Rico, which is Saint John the Baptist. So that's why the island was originally named Saint John the Baptist. Then the area where San Juan is right now was named Puerto Rico. The names got switched around, and so the island got called Puerto Rico, and then the capital became San Juan.
I never heard this story before.
Yes.
This is fascinating.
It is fascinating. It is interesting. And then every year on June 24th, there's a celebration in the beaches, and everybody walks backwards into the water, and it's like a celebrating the baptism.
Have
again.
any of you ever been there for that time?
I've never been there for that time, but it's definitely great to visit.
It's
I know.
Puerto
yes,
Rico.
it's
So-
a great celebration.
You also have a festival coming up in July. Tell us about the festival.
So we have a festival first. Before the festival is our parade. So it's a parade and festival
Correct.
on July 15th. 14th or 14th? Let's go back and forth between the 15th and 15th. So it's July 14th at 1 o'clock. It begins with the parade. Okay, we also have our honorees that will actually be sashed at the gala. We have Eddie Rosado, who is our community honoree. We also have Inette Quijano, who's our New Jersey Assemblywoman, that would also be recognized. We have
Tito, who's a fireman.
who's a fireman, and the last is Luis de Tamondo, who
Oh,
is
police
Elizabeth
detective.
Police.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
So
then
we'll
the others.
recognize them. We're recognized at a mixer that we had, night of recognition at the lobby. Will be presented at the gala, and then obviously they'll take the lead at the parade.
So the parade starts and goes to the waterfront again, and that's
Goes
where
to
the festival will
And
happen.
that's where the festival. And then there we have Tito Roja
Tito
that will
Roja.
be there. We also have Manny Cabo, who's also our opening act, who's also from Elizabeth. So we're proud to have him as our guest
St.
speaker.
Patrick's High School.
Yes.
From Elizabeth.
Absolutely.
La
Yep.
Voz.
And he was on both The Voice and
In La
the
Voz.
Spanish
La Voz.
version, which is La Voz,
That's right.
right?
Yes.
That's
So
right.
he was on both,
It was on both, yes.
Exactly.
which
Yep.
I don't think too many people can claim that can.
No.
No.
And gifted
Sing
and
well in
talented,
English
right
and
from
Spanish.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Exactly.
Were you in school with him?
No, I was not. I think he's older than I am.
Of course, everybody's older. That was well put. That was well put.
I was like, I don't know.
So all of this costs money.
Yes.
Yes.
And how do you go about raising the funds for this? That's
Well,
Take a lead.
it's the
a
sponsors.
collective effort, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it's a big effort. Getting sponsors, selling the tickets for the gala. We sell the logos, which is another sponsorship. And we have raffles and we have different activities to bring money in because it's like, as you say, Mayor, this is not cheap. It's very expensive because there are different activities that we have to do to make sure we pay all our bills. And we hope that we could get more sponsors. So if the individuals are interested, they could always call me or one of the individuals here who are involved in selling sponsorship or buying tickets for the gala. And if they want to get in touch with me, I could give them my phone number right now if you like.
Go ahead.
It's 908-578-0687.
If you don't want to call Carlos, we also have a Pray website, the Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page that you can
Who
get in
monitors
contact.
those?
Actually, Vanessa Nieves monitors. She's our IT PR person. She takes care of all our social media.
She does all of that.
She does it. She does great work.
Okay. So the Puerto Rican celebrations here, if people wanted to get more information besides that, is there any other way they could just call you or go on the Facebook page?
So if you go on the website, there is a phone number on the website that you can contact. Most of our information is on the website, and typically people like to just email or instant message.
So let me ask a more personal question. What do the kids think when mom's out of the house at all these events and says, "Mom, what's
Mine-
going on?"
Mine go with me.
They go with you.
Mine go with me. They go to every
and they
pray
get to
meeting.
learn. That's what I was
Yes.
kind
They
of figuring,
do.
right?
They
Yeah.
do. They get to interact with the other kids that get dragged along.
Exactly.
And they really, we eat out a lot, but they enjoy it. My daughter, did the first word
Because it's
cleanup.
busy this time of year.
Oh,
for this,
yeah.
to
Yes.
put all this together.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We partaked in last week's Portuguese parade. So they did a lot of preparation for that. So we spent a lot of nights. We'll be out late tonight as well for our meetings. So, they have kind of taken their own responsibility as a part of the organization.
So do you think at some point, because of what you're doing to them, that they'll wind up running organizations or being involved in this as they get older?
I hope so.
hope so.
Absolutely. The only way kids learn is through model for them. So, for my son who's 5.5, I model just
Who's already
being
going to
involved.
college.
Who's already going to college,
You told me
Princeton.
beforehand,
Woo-hoo,
yeah.
Princeton, call me. Exactly. It's just exposure. It's exposure. In order for you to just learn, I believe, as an educator, you have to be in it. Right? You have to be in it. And what's Benjamin Franklin's quote? Teach me never, or not Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln. Woo! It's show me, it'll come to me.
That's the Missouri state slogan. Show
Okay,
me.
I know it. Oh my God.
It's going to get to you, though.
Yes,
It
will
is.
never
It
get
is.
you.
It'll
It'll
get
come
to
to me.
you.
It'll come to me.
It comes to you after the show, but
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
So-
So
go ahead.
go ahead. But basically, I bring my grandchildren whenever I can, and they love it because they get to meet new friends.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that they like. They want to meet other people. They get to meet and play and interact with other individuals.
So, the Puerto Rican culture here, everybody thinks they're, the most recognizable or the most population, but according to the census, the Puerto Rican community has the largest numbers of Hispanics in the community. Why do you think that's happened? Because the relief effort all of you did for Hurricane Maria was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal, and we want to thank everybody because this was just not concentrated on our community. Everybody pitched in.
I know you were all down there loading
Yes.
stuff down at the community center with Councilman Torres, I know.
And Eliana Chevres,
And Eliana
who's
was
now
there,
you know,
right.
a commissioner with Elizabeth Board of Education, right at the E-Port. We loaded, and we had all different organizations involved from different schools. It was
There's still
powerful.
damage there? I mean,
There's still damage.
There's still damage.
There's still damage. There's still areas that don't have enough water. They still, there's areas that don't have generators, right? So they're still in trauma.
Those are the one mostly in the mountainous area, and where the hurricane entered, which is in the south eastern part of the island. That's still a little devastated. In the areas where there's a lot
which
of
is not
population-
San Juan.
Not San
No,
Juan.
that's the
San
northern
Juan
part.
is
The
okay.
northern
The
part.
western part of the island is pretty well, but the center and the southeastern part of the island still has a lot of work to be done. And
So I want to thank the three of you for taking the time to join me on the show.
Thank
And
you
I look
for
forward to
having us.
celebrating with the Puerto Rican culture in our city on all of these upcoming events because they're a lot of fun, and especially to see the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, probably one of the best things that takes place here. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for having us.
I'm Mayor Chris Bolwage, and I want to thank Councilman Carlos Alma, Ms. Samantha Carpio, and Ms. Yalitza Torres for joining me on the show and talking about the Puerto Rican Alliance of Elizabeth and all of the upcoming events. Hope to see you at some of them.